Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today, I have a 5v5 custom match here on the most amazing Neuroxys map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players. Starting off with Team 1 in the northeast, and ending with Team 2 in the southwest. Starting off with Team 1's northern player, we have in Stitch Blue, it is Chap. He is an Aeon for this match as a 1400. In Regal Purple to his southeast is Mimics. He is a UEF for this match as a 2100, the highest rated player on Team 1 and in the game. Overall, to his east, we have the forest green player of Dilly Dally. He is a Cybran as a 1900 on Team 1. To the south, we have in orange color orange, another Cybran is Doombot 213. He is a 1200. And rounding out Team 1's lineup in Amethyst Purple, we have as a Seraphim is Ski? I think it's Ski. He is a, like I said, Seraphim as a 700. So for Team 1's side of the map, they have one of each of the factions with two Cybrans. Starting off with Team 2's northwestern player, we have an Imperial Gray. It is Nya Marine. He is a Cybran as an 1800. To his southeast, we have in Light Oak Town the UEF of Zwirerzak. He is a 1900, the highest rated player on Team 2. To his south, we have in Ruby Red Katawanga. He is a 1800. Again, he is a UEF. To his northeast in Barbie Pink is Iostream, I think so. He is a Cybran. He is a 900. And next door to him, we have in Laddish Red Pink an Aeon for Team 2. It is Teenos. Interesting names today. I think it's Teenos, maybe. He is a 900 as well. So for Team 2's side of the map, they have two Cybrans, two UEF, one Aeon, no Seraphim for Team 2. And for these 10 players on the map, let's take a look at the reclaim situation. Currently sitting at 5,700, not a whole lot, 500 so odd mass per player. The map is kind of devoid of not only reclaim, but kind of mixes as well. There's a couple of quad mixes in the southeast, a couple in the middle as well. And on Team 1's side of the map specifically, there is not that much a Trimix position here. And a couple of mixes back here with a Trimix mixed in there as well. But there are a couple of one-off mixes in the northwestern corner. The kind of really only annoying thing, at least for land players, is there's a tiny avenue, large amount of space, and then tiny avenue to get to the other side of the map. So I highly doubt we'll see that much action. Maybe early to mid, but late game, I mean, if you're going to watch a, example, a chicken walk all the way over here, walk all the way there, and then walk all the way there, it'd just be a lot easier if you just send it down the mid position here. So I expect to see the northwestern corner. Trying to avoid, same thing with the southeastern corner. There's a couple of mixes on the lower section there, and there are a couple of mixes in the middle on the upper plateaus, but they're pretty much out of range for most things. I think you can maybe get a missile maybe from here to here, but you'd have to build one and kind of judge the range there. It won't be that effective because it is a 20 by 20 map. So we'll see how our players move around the map as well. We do see a land incursion has occurred between Team 2's Zwirerzak and Team 1's Mimics. They're dropping on the upper plateau. Team 1 bombers take out most of the engineers. There is a factory that was built luckily in time, but I don't think it's going to last much longer. There are some incoming units on land and in the air. No on sea because water does not exist in the desert, or at least in this form, and a couple of units. And now Team 1 land facility online for Doombot. So again, it's going to be nice for Team 1 to have that upper plateau. They'll probably stick an Omni up there, same with Team 2, but again, it's one mix. It's not the end of the world, but in a map with not a lot of mixes, one or two mixes could make the difference. We do see in the southeast, it's no player against Teenos, so it's a 1v0 in the mid-east-ish, I guess east technically, or middle maybe. We have Istrom versus Ski and Doombot. In the west, we see Zwirerzak going for a gun upgrade, and Nya Marine versus Team 1's Mimics and Team 1's Chap as well. So it's a 2v2, a 2v1, and a 1v0 with Rigodosa player of Team 1's Dilly Dally. And Team 2's Rigodosa play of Katawanga not moving as of right now. They're staying perfectly fine in the back line. Guns have been started here for the east for Doom and for Ski. We're going to be able to use those comms a little bit more aggressively. Northwestern corner has been slowly been conquered by Team 2 on the upper plateau. Team 1 has conquered at least most of the lower sections, so Team 2 focusing more on the upper sections and Team 1 on more of the lower sections. We do see now Marine running around getting a little bit of reclaim from that fight from Mimics. No comm-on-comm action has occurred yet. Again, it is a 20 by 20. Takes a little while longer to get those comms to throw plasma, missiles, whatever you want to call it, fisticuffs, something at their opponents. We do see those guns almost done in the east for those two players on Team 1. Gun started for Team 2, Cyber player of Nya Marine. He has a lot of some Medusa nearby, but a couple of Mantis coming in to assist. Again, those engineering suites on board, very, very useful. They can't reclaim, which if they did, probably would make them one of the best Team 1 units in the game, just because, well, you can run around with Mantis and reclaim. You could do that with Harbingers, but at that point in the game, I mean, it's nice, but it's not as impactful as it would be in the early stage of the game if the Mantis had the reclaim ability. Stealth started for Doombot in the east, and we do see Team 2's player of Tinos getting a decent amount of P-gens, just hanging out there. Maybe just need a little bit more power to get that T2 land facility online. T3 air hasn't even been started. T2 air is almost done for Team 2's Catawonga, so he's a little bit behind his opponent of Team 1's Dilly Dally, who has finished his T2 air facility, going for that P-gen. Nano repair has been started on Ski's comm in the east. We do see some units starting to stack up here for Team 2's Tinos as well. Again, just slowly creeping in. It's not a just ram it down Team 1's throats method. It's definitely a kind of a layered, okay, I'm going to build some facilities here, build some stuff here, just slowly just pushing. T2 Ilshibots online here for Team 1, though, not going to allow that to exist much longer. But it does get taken out by the Team 1 PD, so it does stave off a little bit of death, at least for now. Transports running around for Team 2's. Who's that? That is Wirezak. Has some of those Lobos online. Don't know if he wants to hot drop those somewhere or not. Definitely a nice little sniper attempt on maybe Eco or something if you can get it past Team 1's air or land defenses. Sensor package started here for Chap in the north. Yeah, it is nice to have that vision as always, but in a position where mainly, again, the northwestern corner is just there. Team 1 has lost the battle for the northeastern upper plateau. There is an attack inbound from Team 2's non-marine pushing in to Mimics' positions. I feel like speed and range would be a little bit more effective now, especially because it's gun versus no gun, one veterancy versus none, and gun inbound. Mimics is kind of alone in that regard in terms of gun and the 2v1 advantage and whatnot. We do see some Janus online from Mimics as well, so that will try to stem the bleeding a little bit. But there is an attack brewing, and it doesn't look like Team 2 is stopping. First comm-on-comm engagements looking to occur here shortly. More of those. Janus over top going after Nya Marine's comm, wanted to take out the units before they get any range or into range of Mimics' comm. Does look like Zawire in, just waiting for Nya Marine to get there to assist. A couple more interceptors inbound for Team 2's Nya Marine to help thin out the crowd above them. And one more Janus does survive, maybe? Team 2 just doesn't want to pull the trigger yet. It does give time for Team 1's Mimics to get some PD, get some defenses, get some maybe shield or something on board that comm. We do see Chap kind of hovering around the, not hovering, but yeah, hovering around that western side. In the east, still no comm action, but it is Ski, Nano and Gun versus Tinos' T2 upgrade. We'll get some PD online, and that will probably at least slowly dissuade Ski from moving in, at least it will try to. Overcharge constantly coming in. Tinos might be the first departure of the game, and it's Gun and Nano versus no Gun. We have nothing in the way of a huge group of forces, and there's some Ilshis nearby as well. So Ski could easily run over Tinos' position, but again, in a 5v5 game like this, it's 99% either full share or partial share, which means Tinos' stuff will go to somebody else, and there is the hesitancy of going for that kill earlier rather than later, because again, it allows for somebody else to scale incredibly fast and might even give them the win if that happens effectively enough. Dinos is in full retreat. Ilshi's pushing Team 2 back. And it looks like some interceptors maybe just to help assist in case there's some Team 1 bombers overhead. But it looks like Team 1 is keeping Team 2 at bay at this point, wanted to save the quad mix positions at most. Doesn't look like they're going to push anytime soon. Tactical missile has been started on Zwirerzak's comm. He has T2 on board. So he's going to start sniping at Team 1's eco. Gunship over top. It is a whaler, so not the best air to ground, but better than a restorer and worse than a broadsword. Lots of Team 1 AA in the area, both on the interceptors as well as the actual AA forces from Sky Slammers, and a couple bangers as well. And here we go, some T2, Team 1 PD getting online to defend that comm, and I expect to see tactical missiles outbound shortly. Team 1's Doombot pushing in with stealth and gun. All Team 2 has to do is get some vision or an Omni sensor nearby, and they'll see him. Hoplites stacking up here for Ice Drum in the middle. We do see some forces moving westward. Maybe we see a feint, move them westward, maybe try to pull Team 2's forces this way, allow the comm to go in, but looks like he decides against that. D3 air online for Team 2 as well. Obviously, we saw it for Team 1. Looks like the forces for Now Marine doing the exact same thing, but kind of in reverse in the southern side, moving westward, maybe in an attempt to pull some forces that way, and maybe push him with the comm. But it does look like Zwirerzak is going after some nice little mexes on the front line for Doombot. Gun splash has been started on board Skeet's comm, which means one of two things. He's going to go on an assassination attempt, or he just really wants to do some damage with his comm. Advanced Nano, very smart move there, getting some extra hit points and regen on board. And Team 2's Tinos is actually shifted up here, going for some TMD and maybe some TMLs as well. Looks like he's going to pick up his comm and leave. Looks like he traded it out for a T2 engineer. Looks like he's shifting back home, maybe to assist with defenses over there. Some transports by him moving into the middle of the map. Looks like he's donating forces over to Team 2. Looks like they're stacking up for an assault again through this avenue. Most likely transferred over to Now Marine, or probably Now Marine. Zwirerzak's kind of out of the fight in terms of over there for now. Very smart move there. Again, not really shifting forces eastward where you expect them to be, shifting them a different direction and helping to push a side that, granted, Team 2 is getting pretty close to a main base. We do see Champ has a couple of Harbingers that will help out a decent amount. It won't keep Team 2 at bay entirely, but a decent amount will help out, better than nothing. And we see some TMLs, of course, not being as effective on the northwestern side. Team Ds are being built all over the place. That's why Zwirerzak's shifting eastward to go after more vulnerable targets. Team 1's eastern players haven't gotten the message yet. Zapper does not shoot the missile down. T2 Mex is gone. Nice snipe there. Everybody made it past 20 minutes, so lovely to see that. And the attack is inbound, at least slowly, by Now Marine. These forces should be transferred over immediately. Tons of tanks, especially the heavy tanks, the tanky tanks. A couple of AA weapons as well. We do see some Team D built. Mimics only has his comm. He doesn't have any upgrades, any veterancy or anything. Oh, okay, never mind. Nano repair has been started for him anyway, so forget what I said. We'll see if he builds it in time, but it's, oh wow, he's already at 60%. Oh, okay, he's fine. And gun has been started. He is just ramping up that upgrade. How much mass does he have in his... Okay, well, he had some mass in his bar. That would explain how he's going super fast. That gun is done. Great use of the bar. Gets two upgrades, one after the other, without really stalling that much. So great grab there. And will actually delay Team 2 significantly in taking out that base. T3 started for Zwirerzak. He's going to get a very far forward position in the middle of the map in no man's land. Eastern side, then his attack inbound from Ski, going with his, again, gun, nano, and splash comm. There's Team D being built all the time. He is taking some hits, but again, 43,000 hit points, and he'll probably be climbing a little bit more. A couple of obsidians are going to help with the veterancy, stacking up as well. And up here in the upper plateau, missiles outbound. Are they going to try to hit the comm? No, they don't. Again, trying to hit a moving comm like that is just not going to work, and the missile actually hits the environment anyways. Doesn't really get much done with that. But again, he does suffer some hit point loss, and will move again. Missile tried to predict. Of course, there's inbound from his teammate of Ice Drum to assist. There's some ASFs inbound to shadow them, or do whatever they're going to do over there. Transports inbound from Zwirerzak, gifting... Actually, no, he's sending engineers to just... Oh, okay. Well, there's an Otham there, so that'll cut that out. But he was maybe trying to build a... nope. His forces go, nope, not going there. Going to stack up here instead. Looks like he's going to try to establish some, in enemy territory base to just cut off Team 1's Ski's retreat. Ski is very much alone here. A couple of hoplites. Not a couple, but a decent amount of hoplites. He's already at 5-star veterancy. Can't get any additional hit point boosts or anything, so definitely going to be suffering. A couple of gunships inbound for Team 2. Was there an air fight at some point that I missed? Maybe? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. And that gunship and... gunships, Corsairs, hoplites, all the everything. We see the Otham trying to assist. It will get killed off, but will at least distract the ground forces for a little bit of time. And the comm of Ski will be the first kill of the game. And it will be a 5v4 here shortly. 2,000 hit points. 1,000 hit points. One more pass from a Corsair will kill him. A couple more shots from a broadsword. There he goes. Team 1 suffers the first kill of the game. Missiles outbound from Tinos. Again, Tinos, don't know how to pronounce his name, but they're going after... I don't know what they're going after. It looks like the base up here to the north. T3 land headquarters, maybe? Missiles are outbound. They have been pinged. And the facility will be wiped out. Nice grab there by Tinos, taking out the T3 land headquarters. Denies the bricks for Team 1, at least for a little bit of time. At least for Doombot. Doombot pushing against Wiresak's position. Trying to be overwhelmed. Got some Ravagers. Got some T2 PD. Got some T1 PD. Got an Omni. That's going to hurt losing that, especially that far forward. But he will get pretty close to 5-star veterancy, if not actually get to that. He does have a missile loaded. He could try to fire it, but he's going to go for the T1 PD approach, which is, I mean, it's probably better. I mean, again, you'd be focusing more on stationary movement versus not getting out of the way, getting out of there. Lots of shots inbound to the comm. 5-star vet on board. The forces from Doombot are not continuously moving, which means he will slowly get out of range. Corsairs inbound, 2 assists from Istrom, and more inbound as well. Will thin that herd out. Again, he can't get additional hit points quickly because the veterancy has already been grabbed. But he is sitting at 60 hit points in second region. Transport inbound. Going to try to pick him up. Transport inbound to drop off an asylum. It does look like the units get out of there. T3 units on board, as well as some nice little obsidian T2 heavy tanks. Looks like that force will be routed. Nice teamwork here from Team 2. Gets the comm out of there. Again, the base is gone, but it's better than a kill. And again, like I said, it's a 5v4. Looks like units try to be dropped off by Team 2's now Marine, but A, they're not moving, and B, there's just so much stuff around them. Team 1 has pushed back into this quad mechs position. A couple of Rambo preset commanders running around for Mimics. Mimics sitting at a little over 600 mass per second. Team 1 slightly in the lead. They have been a little bit in the lead for pretty much the entire game. They're starting to extend it a tiny smidgen. It was about 30 to 40. Now it's about 100, maybe 150 max. But with the missile assassinations in the east on the mexes and the force from Zwirerzek pushing in, this eastern side will start to lose stuff. The headquarters here for Team 1's Doombot is being rebuilt, but it's going to be a little bit of time before that's online. And it's going to really hurt the frontline defenses. A couple more bricks still running around, but that's the relics of a bygone era, at least for now, until he re-establishes those facilities. D3 air grid being expanded upon. And no, T2 air facility, of course, for Istrom. T2 air facility online for Tinos, building some swift winds. We'd love to see him maybe get some mercies online. Granted, they're not the best unit in the game, but I do love to see them when they do happen, because they've been nerfed however long ago that was. And ever since then, they are few and far between. So it is unfortunate. To the north, nice little deceiver guarding that brick. But unfortunately, those restorers inbound from Team 1's chap already knows he's there. And, yeah, not great for the brick life at any means. He will survive a tiny bit longer to take a nice little mass storage. And another mass storage. And almost another mass storage. But not much after that. Map control definitely in favor of Team 2. We do see an attack on Doombot's comm, mainly T2 hoplites. So again, very weak units, but they do have a little bit of range on board. We do see some Tucker cannons being established. And some bricks have come home to roost, and it looks like the brick is going to be more than enough to dissuade that force. With some Harbingers inbound from T-Nos as well, but again, the attack has been thwarted for the time being. The T3 landing quarters will be rebuilt once more. In terms of the game overall, Team 2 is now in the lead, 1.2K versus 1.1. I think that number again will start to just bob up and down, but I think Team 1 has just slightly lost the lead, partially due to the map control and partially due to stuff being taken offline. Team 2 has all of their players remaining. Team 1 has only lost Ski, so it is a 5v4, and map control, like I said, is in favor of Team 2. Let me know down in the comments who you think is going to currently win this game. Of course, if you haven't done so already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. These videos are fun to make, and they're fun to respond to when people write down in the comments. And of course, those who send me replays in the form of an email, I really appreciate it. I know I'm kind of slow sometimes, or most of the time on responding, so I do apologize. I'm trying to do better at it. So again, thank you so much for your patience. Let's go watch some broadswords take out a bunch of tickle cannons. T3 land headquarters is going to die again. At least you would hope it dies again. And it looks like a lot of air has been built by Catawanga. No, the T3 land headquarters will stay online, but the missiles come and take it out. So nice grab there. Looks like somebody was paying attention to the missiles in some degree and decided to just not waste the time. P-Gens to be taken out. Another T3 land headquarters is going to go. T3 P-Gens going down. It is a base assassination here for Team 2's Catawanga. That's 2 headquarters knocked offline. Mex is going to be assassinated here shortly. The reclaim has been taken out. Nice grab there. Well, my SACU, no. I proposed recall 15 minutes ago, says Dilly Dally. You're the one losing this, says Dilly Dally. Or says Mimix. Is that true? But we do see a secondary air player emerge from Mimic, so Team 1's trying to combat Team 2's air advantage with a second player in air. Granted, they just lost air, so they're either going to lose air more or try to get back in air or lose land. So again, there is the shift in focus. Maybe we'll see a shift in focus and more longer range technology, whether that's experimental nukes, experimental infinite resource money gens, or artillery, or nukes, or okay, well, nuke I guess is the flavor of the month, or the flavor of the everyday, I guess. Dilly Dally has completed, I think, the first nuke launcher. Team 2, nothing big. I mean, it is 30 minutes. People should start to be thinking about how to end the game, not necessarily how to just survive it. But there is the thing as tunnel vision and the fatigue and the whatnot. More missiles have been built a little bit farther forward. Look to see a little bit more TMD just to protect them. But again, the stealth field does help out. Team 1 does, or did have an Omni. And that eastern side is not looking good for Team 1. Mimix again is going to transition to more standoff tactics, I would assume, just because he's lost, or they collectively, Team 1 has lost a decent chunk of land. Let's see, this forward operating position here for him is getting nice and expanded upon. Would like to see another T2, T3 shielding surrounding these mexes to protect them against any sort of missile snipage. There are some SACU Rambo preset commanders for Mimics, as well as some running around for Team 2's Neon Marine, but again, those are the regen nonsense ones, so again, they're a little bit more annoying to deal with. A couple of bricks dropped off by Team 2. Going to take out the remaining forces and structures here, which I guess at this point is just structures. Missiles outbound, and that will be the end of that. I'll probably stop launching those missiles now, not waste that mass. Eastern side is getting a run-by possibility. There's not really a lot of forces on the ground, and there is an Air Force moving in to shield those gunships. Air Force might... Ooh, no. Where are they going? You don't want to fall back too far. Are these... Is he trying to use the gunships to goat Team 1 in? Or goad, not goat. Goad with a D, not a T. A goat. Nano repair started for Doombot, almost done, and is done, I would assume, in about a couple seconds. It looks like the SACU spam is starting to prove to be Team 1's strategy, at least on that western side. Land forces continuing to pressure the eastern side, though. Team 2, 1.6K. Team 1 at 1.1K. We do see those Harmagers continuing to push. We do see an SAC running around, but there is a lot of firepower here from Team 2, so it's not going to be an overwhelming engagement, but he'll probably kill off at least a couple of Harmagers. Chat furnishes an experimental. He is Aeon, so I was going to assume the Colossus, which I would be correct. You can never 100% assume. You can make an educated guess to the best of your ability, but nothing assumption one way or the other. Unless, again, Team 1 was all of one faction, and it was early enough in the game where, let's say they were UEF and they built a FAF war, they built a satellite or FAF war as an example as their experimental, so you can make that assumption they can't build any Navy because there's no water on this map. But in the case where Team 1 has every faction available to them, transferring of technology is very, very common. Monkey Lord is done, Laser is half done, and that force will be wiped out. Team 2 did not send in the cavalry, coincidentally enough, and there's Corsairs inbound, so we'll just kind of keep them zoomed out for a little bit. Looks like they may go after... I mean, they could go after the comm. No, they're going to shift after... I guess the comm over here for Doombot, but there's a decent amount of AA surrounding him. And they'll get one pass. They'll take out the emitter. Looks like they didn't go after the comm itself, just the shield emitter. Granted, Siren shields are very easy to replace. They are cheap, and granted, they don't last that long, at least especially the T2s. But hey, no shield is better than... Oh, sorry, some shield is better than no shield. I was going to say no shield is better than some. That's definitely not what you would think. Huge mass FAF farm planned here by Team 2's Neon Marine. That is just an absolute Templar maniac. Dang, look at that thing. That is just spam, 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 spam until he's done. No, that is just... I mean, I put out a video a couple days ago where I said planning for the future and stuff was being built. But this is... I mean, this is something else. This is... he's going to build it. And that's going to be his game ender right there. Want to try for a game ender. That's why I make a comment about it. I mean, if Team 1's Dilly Dally, Mimics, and Chat put all their resources together, even Doombot, they could build one fast enough. I know this game goes on past an hour, so it's not like it's going to be the end in about 10 or 15 minutes. Gunships being the focus fire here for Team 1, but it looks like, actually Team 2, but the Air Force is lost. Gunships are fleeing to safety. What is this? What is this nonsense? Team 3 artillery on an upper plateau very far forward. Team 1 is now aware of it. Ooh, that's very unfortunate. And that airfight could not have gone any... Oh, no. I mean, they could have run after the artillery, to be fair, but they're going to go after this. SMD is not loaded, and the SACU spam will stop for now. The comm of Zwarzek getting out of range. That will be a first successful nuke launch and detonation for Team 1. And that's really going to hurt. It is going to open the door for Team 1 to engage with those SACUs. Colossus says to notice, yep, there is a Colossus over there in behind those SACUs. Here comes the nuke. Grab out of range. It does get EMP'd. Kaboom! And we see a couple of mechs is taken offline. Not all of them, but again, pretty much the everything else is dead. Engineers, some of them do survive, getting some hives. Possibly to get more of those engineers and whatnot online. Most of the forces do get out of range, so it's not like this place is undefended, but it is not looking as good as it once did. Like I said, Team 1 is aware of the artillery piece. Yep, they can still see it. Make a Scathis here. Again, as much as Scathis is a game ender, we've seen in plenty of casts where the sooner you build it, the better it is. The longer it goes on, unless you can knock out all the power, all the everything else, shield grid, something like that, it's not as effective. It's a lot easier to counter in terms of just getting some engineer, hive, drone, whatever engineer assistance, or engineering assistance, I should say, to assist multiple. It's not just one shield, it's multiple shields, because we've seen in some instances where one shield is just not enough. And those gunships are slowly making the way to that upper plateau. ASFs are moving in. ASFs are also moving in to cover them. Gunships still running around here for Team 2. I feel like that might be the next target. ASFs get a tiny bit closer than they should. There's more in ASFs inbound for Katawanga. Air grid here for him as well. The mass FAP spamming is underway. And I don't see any bigger ticket items here for Team 2. Team 1, again, that nuke is still being loaded, of course. The Monkey Lord being built by Doombot. Mass Fab Farms in the northeast. Some Mass Fab Farms further in the northeast. Fat Boy and Lovely to see those. Gotta have that intelligence constantly just being intravened into your veins. Gotta get it constantly. Right? Mimics is like, what the heck is this? Like, that doesn't make any sense. It is, I mean, well, it is in range of the everything for Team 1. Granted, it is very far forward. Fun. And then Non-Marine says 9, sad. Well, I mean, when you took out the Quantum Gateway, it kind of slowed production. Or slowed gating in. And Mimix is like, you got way more mexes than me. I mean, to be fair, it's not necessarily the mexes. It's the mass fab farms. Spy planes over top to get a readout what Team 2's up to. Tried to, at least. Doesn't really happen, but an attempt can be made nonetheless. Lots of just constant vision from all of these air forces, and that's partly due to the fact that he just wants to be able to aware of what's there constantly, and not just be caught unaware of any sort of stealth field nonsense. Again, there is an Omni very far forward, not shielded. Wish this was shielded. Getting some T2 artillery. I mean, it's nice to have. It's not that useful right here, but it's useful to have at least just in case Team 1 comes anywhere near it. But it would be better served to put it up here where it's just a little bit more securing that eastern side. I think things have slowed down even more than I anticipated. Team 1 has an Omni in the middle. And, of course, they have the eye in the background to just see what Team 2 is up to at all times. I think it is done. And they're just like, wow, that's a lot of mass fabs over there. Not necessarily super cascadable. I mean, this one maybe. Even then, it's a little bit far away. This one over here, definitely cascadable. The pigeons are close enough. There's something to be aware of. But he is getting some shields mixed in as well, which is a lovely sight to see. Making Scathis, says Chap. And there is the start of the artillery. We do see that he's also going for shields as well. Love to see him start that sooner rather than later, because sometimes when it's later, it's not going to work. Pink forces inbound from Team 2. Lots of tickle cannons as well as the monkeys are inbound. Granted, this monkey's over here. That's not really helping. And there's also some SACUs gifted over, or at least being shifted over from Team 1 Mimics. This one almost dies, gets shielded by his teammate. And the shield emitter is almost down. It will die with the P-Gem, though. There it goes. Lots of PD being taken offline. Monkey's somehow not dead still. And gunships are inbound. Unfortunately for Team 2, I mean, they've taken out something. And Corsairs inbound to take out the monkey. The problem with all of this is, yeah, sure, they can take out stuff on Team 1's side of the map. But it's on Team 1's side of the map still. Which means all they did was just kill stuff off and donate mass. Granted, no experimentals were harmed in the making of this scene or anything, but there's still a decent amount of reclaim for Team 1 to scoop up. This isn't, chump change or anything. 50, 40, let's say 40-ish or so. Some of that was Team 1's, but I think most of it was Team 2. Nuke outbound once again from Team 1, speaking of which. Does he have an SMD? Yes, he does. And it's going southwest. Looks like it's going to probably break up the front line, or maybe even target Tinos. Tinos does not. Ooh, you do not have an SMD online. That is unfortunate. And it's going after, I would assume, the main base for him. Or at least, I mean, the mechs are kind of spread out. So there's that. But oh, it's inbound. Oh, it's not going to feel good. He's actually still in range, maybe. Kaboom! Well, he was barely out of range. Transport gets knocked out of the sky. Nice nuke there. Takes out the entire base. Land headquarters and all. How's that nuke doing in terms of mass kill? 100,000 mass. So a nice even split of 50k per missile. Lovely to see it. And the Scathis is now at over 25%. Actually, it's over 30%, 33% actually. And it is closing in on the 50s. Missiles outbound from Team 1's Mimics going after, I would assume, the artillery piece. There have been some shields built, but there's not enough TMD coverage. Another shield is going to come online here shortly. More missiles outbound. If that shield doesn't finish shortly, it might be over. Oh, the artillery gets denied. Very unfortunate. That is not going to feel good, especially because he's been building that for a while now. So there is that. And the reclaim is gone. Well, that's not a fun thing. And he just starts the reconstruction anyways. We do see a crab facing off against a Fat Boy and a Colossus with a bunch of bricks. There's also a decent chunk of SACUs for both players in this engagement. The focus is going to be that artillery. No, it's the Colossus first, which not doing super well, but the laser does cut through all of that stupid regen. Actually, some of it isn't the SU Rainbow preset nonsense. There was actually some Rascoms in there. Actually, not even that. There's also some cloak presets in there as well. I didn't even notice that. That's probably what I was looking at instead of the nano. But look at this. Oh, not the nano, but the nano. We look at this. The SACUs can actually EMP the other SACUs, which means when they're EMP'd, they can't be useful. So they just kind of sit there and get shot at. You can essentially stun lock Cyber and Rambos. I wouldn't say that entirely. I have seen instances where they are very, very, very annoying and kind of OP. But again, there's always a counter to it, and in this case, it's just overkill the crap out of it till it dies, or over damage it before it can, heal back up essentially. But overkill is sounding a lot better. Well, one player on Team 1 has a explosive idea on how to stop Team 2's nonsense. Team 2, speaking of which, 1,000 mass more per second for Team 2 than for Team 1. They could probably start a game ender and maybe finish it before Team 1. Okay, maybe not, because this is already in the green. But still, that's so much more mass. It's almost, it's not double, but it's 50% more. So they're working on it. And that's, of course, driven by the mass fab farm that is now Marine. He's also building his own Colossus, speaking of which. So we're going to have a Cyber v Cyber engagement here shortly. No shielded air grid. That's going to hurt. And looks like another air grid over there. Reconstruction efforts have been started by TNOS, but it's going to be a little bit of time. Team 2's Zwarzak over here. Did he go for Billy Nuke? There's a... Oh, that's Team 2's Colossus. I thought that was Team 1's. But I mean, you are not going to have a fun time. Another Colossus. Why is it going this way if you built it over here? That makes no sense. I don't know if it's going to loop all the way around or something, but yeah, it's going to loop all the way over here. Looks like a lot of effort being shifted over here to protect this western side. But again, it's the same strategy as before, where you would think this is where the forces are going on the eastern side, but psych, they're going west. Oh, this Gathis is done. Ooh, that's not going to feel good. Help me rush strat, says Mimics. Assist shield, says Katawanga. And I wonder where that artillery piece is inbound for. Does Team 1 know about? That's not the right thing. Does Team 1 know about that? Oh, yes, they do. There's actually 2 of them over top. And the mass fabs. The mass fabs don't have enough shielding. The Scathis has been wounded, or at least a tiny bit wounded. Another volley is inbound from Team 1. And yeah, that is just not looking good. Looking at Team 2 over here. Okay, they know about it, so both teams are aware of what each other are up to. Billy Nuke is inbound. I think there's enough TMD. Check back over here. Scathis is doing fine, but not super great. Here comes the Billy Nuke. Takes out the Pigeon. Boom! That's a great Pigeon. Takes out a T3 mech as well as the ringing of some T2 mass fab. So nice snipe there. He did go for Billy Nuke. 42,000 mass killed on board that com. And the shields are almost out. Oh no! Ooh, that's not that lovely for Team 2's. Ooh, I felt that. Not good thing I came over here and saw that, because that was rough. Just that cascade will get you every single time. And this is actually perfect for the Scathis, because there's there's some shielding, minimal shielding. But because it's so spread out, it actually works to Team 1's benefit. This map farm, mass fab, like all these mass fab farms are vulnerable considerably. There's not, just one huge complex of shielding covering everything. But T3 artillery is done. It looks like it's targeting the air grid. Oh, it's targeting. Oh, they're going after the eco. Is that a second artillery piece? Are there 2 artillery? Oh, there goes that cascade. Oh, it's gonna hurt. And yes, that's not what I wanted. The artillery over here for Katawanga does get finished, so Team 2 has 2 artillery pieces online. And this is, it's not super adequate shielding, but it's enough with the assistance. If there's any more damage, it's going to be a little bit more worrisome, but Ooh, that's got to hurt the attack in the east. Slowly, again, it's a slow migration effort. And Team 1 not really pushing in so much, but there's a little bit of creep. Nothing too much, just a tiny smidgen. SMD online, protecting against nukes. Love to see it. And the Scathis has not been restarted. Shielding coming in for Nyamarine all over the place. He's actually taking a hit. Dropped below 50% of those hit points. But with the Scathis now distracted on artillery. Ooh, the artillery is not looking good for the shielding. Needs to get more shielding online. Got to constantly build that thing. And now we have... Where's that Scathis firing? Oh, it's changed targets. Boom, Nuke outbound once again. It's going to hit something. It's going to hit some Monkey Lords. Ooh, nice chunk of damage there on both of them. Great job there. Weakens them. Granted, it's not a complete kill, but it's better than nothing. All the ASFs just hanging out over here. Another monkey done. The Telemazer is online, and I don't know why he's smoking. Oh, that's why. Was he teleporting somewhere? Oh, where did he? Oh, he's going to take out some eco for Tinos. Let's get this inbound. The air grid. Again, minimal shielding, but it's not great for the air headquarters for Katawunga by any means. And we have a laser over the top for Mimics. So the end game has started to occur. I mean, granted, with the construction of the Scathis, it kind of keyed that, but anyway. Transports dropped off some Perseus to the north. Love to see it. A little bit of a distraction for that Colossus. Bombers are inbound. We saw them on the edge of the map. Nuke lands up here, and more Perseus landing for Zwirerzak. So constantly just poking and prodding. We have this huge, absolutely just metric ton of missiles outbound from Team 2 Zwirerzak. He loves those missiles, I guess, this game. And that monkey gets just absolutely annihilated by all of the everything. Look at this. Corsair's inbound to just sweeten the deal or seal the deal or whatever the deal. Do some help with some deals or something. Gunship's inbound as well. Another monkey's inbound, but good luck with that. Those SACUs need to keep moving because missiles are a pain. Another Nuke lands taking out more infrastructure. The Omni is down. Great grab there, taking out some intelligence. ASFs moving in. Oh, no. A donut is under construction for Tunos. How's the artillery? Ooh, the air grid is gone. And another... Okay, again, mass fab right there. Just get rid of it. Get rid of the P-Gen. Just get rid of both those things. And then maybe that, because there's the SMD that can blow up. That's not good. The everything. You have artillery raining in right now. It's just not... It's not good. Ooh, a couple PD get taken out, but nothing too mission critical. Drop bombers inbound. They're going to take out the monkey. I mean, they'll take out some land defenses, and they won't actually kill it, but they'll do some damage to it at least. There's so much AA in the area, both in the air and on the ground. Bombers inbound. Try to make an attempt for that for that artillery piece, but good luck with that. Team 1 has prepared an adequate level of AA coverage as well. Of course, the metric ton of ASFs. We have just the spearheads moving in. Another mass fab. Actually, that's an air grid, not a mass fab farm. And it's just Team 1 has air. That's it. End of story. Attack in the west occurs. Looks like Colossus. A decent amount of bouncers as well. SACU does die. Colossus could make way for the air grid, but there is a monkey in the way. There's another monkey behind him. If he stops moving, that monkey will catch him, and that'll be a win. That bomber stacking up for Team 2. Once again, the donut is on its way, but that's a lot of AA to chew through. That is going to be not a fun time. Western side. Scathis is in the yellow. Shielding is falling, and there goes that Scathis again. And again, the mass fab, volatile explosion nonsense. Zwirerzak over here to the northwest. Does not want to be killed off by the nuke. Maybe he's just dropping off his comm. Where's the nuke going anyway? Nuke is outbound. It's not a point defense. Ooh, is it going for what I think it's going for? Well, I could go for this down here, but it could drop here. Oh, that is not great. Monkey is down. And the nuke continues southward. It goes to this position. So, I mean, it's going to take out some Mexes, which is something. You know, that's 27 times 4. So, it's 108. There goes that nuke. Kaboom! And now we see targeted not SACUs, but SMDs for Chap. Again, he's targeting all the defenses, and then the nuke's going to come in and wipe everybody out. Teleporter started for Doombot, not Donut. He has laser already on board. Where'd that comm go? The comm went and got some mass kills, mass fab kills, whatever. But nothing too critical. A couple of more mexes. Team 2 still in the lead, 2.1, but they were at 2.8 at one point, so they were heavily in the lead, and they've just lost tons of eco. And this is not great. Team 1 get that game under online, and just punishing Team 2 at this point. Again, land has been going Team 2's way for a while now, but Team 1 has turtled up quite nicely. And, it gets pulled. I was going to say did it get redirected, but it did not. SACUs are going to be stopped. It's just not really working out on land. Artillery, second one is online. The Team 2... Yep, Team 2 lost this one, but they're almost done with it as well. There's Wiresec about to add to the artillery total at 3. And gunships being accidentally hit by artillery. Tons of assistance on that one shield generator. You got to get more of these emitters constantly regenning faster, or build more. Both works. Or one or the other works. Both works better. Donut inbound. Donut is inbound, and unfortunately for this upper plateau position for Katawunga, the city set on the hill is going to go down. Explosion somewhere. That's a Billy Nuke. And the Donut will kill those 2 artillery pieces off. There goes one. And it will crash land on the other one. It will kill that one. The mass will go to Team 2. But the threat on the long range side of things is pretty much been dealt with, especially when the shielding... I mean, it was still holding together, but it was starting to struggle. Now Marine is gone for Telemazer. I don't think that's going to work. There's too much TMD. You have to go for somebody who is vulnerable. Granted, that has a Telemazer or a laser on board. Maybe Chap, but I don't know. I don't know if Team 2 has enough forces, enough artillery, enough anything to really mount a counterattack. I mean, this one artillery piece, unless Team 2 has a game ender somewhere hidden that I don't notice. I don't see a way that Team 2 really has a way to get back into the lead in terms of firepower. Target shield with SAT, says Chap. Yeah, target the the shields, and then have the Scathus remove the remaining structures. I just don't, like I said, I don't see a way that Team 2's out of this. They were doing very well on the eastern side, you know, obviously the land overall, the eco, the everything, but Team 1, that one Scathus is just ripping through stuff, sitting at over half a million mass killed. Absolute metric ton. We do see Scathus has been restarted. PGen's having some struggles over there, but no real concern there. The only issue is Team 1 has shielded up, not super toughly, but there's enough shielding to maybe warrant maybe a Mavor or something else. Paragon, maybe, get infinite resources, but I don't think the lasers in the sky will allow that. Billy Nuke has been started for Katawunga. Maybe we'll see some transport, telemazer nonsense. And Team 1's player of Billy Dowie doesn't control K, but dies on some PGens. Don't know, maybe he underestimated the volatile range on board, but I mean, there's some PD in range, so that definitely helped. But I think the PGens definitely assisted with that kill. So it is a 5v3, still in favor of Team 2, but now we see Mimics in control of a lot of mass, sitting at 887. Now Marine was over 1,000, now he's dropped down to 400. And that Scathus is, it's over half done now, but if Team 1 notices it, that's game over for him. Oh, here we go. Team 1's other player of, not Chat, but Doombot is inbound, going after Katawunga. Katawunga will be the first kill for Team 1 if he doesn't get out of range. He doesn't. I don't think he will. Oh, and there goes Doombot. Doombot losing hit points, needs to take out all the everything else around him. Unfortunately, I don't think he'll get out of range. And some SACUs will die in the process, but now Doombot will go, so it was a murder-suicide. And Katawunga going, no, like from Star Wars for Darth Vader, the no. I can't really do the D voice like other people can. But that is a kill for Team 2. So at a minimum, it's a 4v2. It is a 2-to-1 game. And it looks like Wiresec will inherit everything that Katawunga did, or had. Strap bombers, that's a lot of them stacking up here for Mimics. Sitting at a little over a squadron, actually a squadron and a half, actually. Artillery piece, not long for this world by any means. I don't see it lasting more than 30 seconds. And this game ender is almost online. It's about to tick over into the green. And I think, yeah, I don't know how long it takes, but it's about to. Well, it'd be 75%. 25% would be 2,225. So what would that be? 6,750? It's getting there. I can do math in my head sometimes, I promise. Armager stacking up on the edge of the map. 2 Monkey Lords. Not looking great in terms of the heals or in terms of the stat bars. And those Armagers coming into range. Not going to help. Bombers inbound as well. Going to help the situation out. Zwarzak. That's 2 monkeys dead. That's going to be 3 monkeys dead. Send all of this mass to Nya Marine to finish that artillery piece. Kill Nya, says Chap. He's like, go kill him. He's the threat. If that Scathis comes online, it's going to be a little bit more in favor of Team 2. I mean, it's going to help, but it's not going to help that much. The ASFs have come to roost from Team 1, trying to airlock Team 2. There is still some AA remaining, but it's not a feeding frenzy yet. Billy Nuke lands right in front of that Fat Boy. Not a fun day for him. Donut looks like it's slowly inbound. Scathis raining on top of Nya Marine's position. Again, Team 1 has run out of telemaser comms, and both Doombot and Dilly Dally were killed off. Team 2 has Istrum left. I think he went for... No, he did not. I thought he went for telemaser, but he did not. I love this, the 1 Aeon shield in the mix of all of the Sirens. He's starting to lose shield cohesion. He really wants that Scathis done. Team 1, I mean, definitely is watching. Yeah, they know what's going on. Satellites are inbound. We even see some engineers over here from Zwarzak to assist. Ooh, right on the edge. Kills off a couple of those hives. Needs to get the shielding back online. Or at least keep it online, I should say. Yeah, gotta switch over to shield production. You just have to. Another volley is inbound. If this takes out the shielding, I think it's game over and Team 1 wins. Oh, it was close. It was close. More shielding's coming online. Zwarzak still fueling that Scathis. This one's about to come online here shortly. There's that one. Another Billy Nuke lands. Donut is inbound. ASIP's going to try to stop it, but that's not going to be enough. And I think it is no longer no, the Donut is losing a lot of hit points. Never mind. I thought it still had its shield left. It did not. The Donut will fall on top of that T3 Mex. Kill that off. That's 27 matches a second that Nya Marine doesn't have. He's really low on mass income. Shields. Oh, they're almost down. Nya Marine gets his shielding back online around the comm. And the Scathis is almost done. Once this is done, then he can focus heavily on shield production and maintaining it. Another volley inbound. Oh, not good. Let's see. Yep, the shields still hold. And the Scathis, oh, it's 99%. There it is. Looks like it took a tiny smidgen of damage. There it is. The Scathis is online, and I have one idea where it's going, and you would wonder where it would be going. Satellites also here as well. Definitely don't like that idea. They're next to a high priority target. Shields are now under construction. Colossus, actually that's not Colossus, that's a monkey running around the eastern side from Mimics. And with, again, 2 players dying relatively one after the other, the APM is sorely lacking for Team 1. Luckily for them, a huge section of that artillery landed in the middle of the no man's land, in the middle of those shields. But with the spam shields getting the second ring online as well, I think that's oh, shielding is down. Oh, it's back online. Never mind. And the Colossus, actually the monkey is dead. I keep thinking that was Colossus. The monkey is dead, but it got pretty far into Team 1's position. With some SACUs trying to build some shielding. Looks like maybe artillery pieces, but Fat Boy says no. No shielding for you. Bad. No soup for you. Shielding not looking super hot. It's starting to get back online. You see more shielding being built essentially all over the place. That volley's inbound. Oh, there goes some of the emitters. The emitters are exposed to the satellites, and that shield pops online at a great moment. Another Billy Nuke lands. How's the shielding here? Well, it's slowly being affected. Fat Boy somehow still alive. Yeah, granted, I saw a ton of strap bombers inbound. Oh, okay. Well, the restorers are going to solve that problem. It doesn't matter if you have sucky underground weapons. 1,000 of anything will kill anything, and it's not 1,000, and it's not anything, but definitely hurt. And another Billy Nuke lens. Looks like strap bombers going after the SACUs. Gunships inbound as well. Scathis fire raining in. Looks like it's dropping a tiny bit short of the Scathis position. It might come down to, again, who just kills off the first Scathis, because if this goes down, these are most likely going to go down as well. This one is just barely online. He broke through their shield at the Scathis. Maybe target everything else like Sats, says kind of one guy. Again, the Sats are right there. So if you target the Sats, you're going to target the Scathis. So just put your little, attack icon like right there, and you'll get both of them. Reclaim this as Katawonga. Yeah, it's not worth it. It's 1 hour, 3 minutes in this game. It's past 1 hour, so like I said, it's about 1:10 or something that the game actually ends. And it can still go either way. If the Scathis goes down, once the land is dealt with, that's game for Team 1. If the Scathis for Team 1 dies, that's pretty much it. Looks like the nuke was taken out or reclaimed at one point, so they don't have that. Second Scathis has been started. That's probably going to be abandoned because, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. So Colossi are inbound, and with the ASFs protecting them, the Donut's going to be killed off. Good luck getting that near anything. There's also a monkey or so for defense. Team 1 bombers into assist. Donut immediately killed off. And there goes the ASS being wiped out by restorers. But again, the Donut is the bigger threat there. First Colossus is down. Second one is almost dead. Third one, again, not looking too hot now. It was a moment ago when its buddies were being the distraction. Again, the Scathis is just too heavily entrenched in shielding. Looks like Chap is the one being targeted now. And a lot of stuff is now dead for... Oh, there goes some P-Gens. How's Chap on power? It's not looking good. That's not all of the shielding for Team 1, but it is some of it. Send NGs if you can, says somebody. And it might just come down to just war of attrition at this point. There are some breaks in the shielding for Team 2 as well. There goes another SSU dead. There's still more SSUs over here for Mimics 2. Fat Boys online. Colossus being built very far forward. Monkey just eviscerating engineers over here, just trying to feed their families. Oh, the shielding is starting to crack. Ooh, I should start putting a split on this just to keep track of whatever's going on that side, and then try to just go back and forth over here, essentially. Looks like the shots have pretty much dealt a huge chunk of Chap's base. Mimics is going to be the next target. Yep, there he goes, taking out... the P-Gens are going to be the main focus. That second Scathis is in the yellow. As much as I enjoy seeing just all of the game enders and whatnot, I don't think it's that much of a play. There is a land concern. There's multiple monkeys and Fat Boys. This is being like critical mass of Fat Boys almost for Team 2. Very concerning. And of course the Scathis is important. Once the Scathis is dead in Team 1's eyes, then they can focus on the Scathis on the land. But again, look at this. Just 4 Fat Boys online just absolutely shred Crab's hit points. And actually, yeah, that is all 4 of them in range. And that monkey's going to just say, nope, I'm gone. Well, actually, that monkey's from Team 2, so it's going to help out a decent chunk. And just trying to get in. Shielding, again, is starting to break down. It comes in and offline. So those satellites have to be just ready to take out the emitters. And how is the up here going? Oh, not great. A huge chunk in Team 1's base right here gone. Again, the Scathis is still online. Some shots do land on the shielding, but it's not that important. This P-Gen grouping is going to be very vital. Yeah, he's at 12, 13,000. Chap's at 4,000, so really kind of hurting on power. Another volley inbound from both sides. Ooh, now Marine, he's losing emitters, but he gets them back online at the same time. And obviously he's still building emitters. He's keeping some important ones constantly assisted, but he is getting more and more and more online, which is just what you have to do in an arty war. Another Fat Boy and another one. There are 6 Fat Boys online. Oh, hold on. How many bombers did you build, Zwarzek? 200 are inbound. That is the wrong direction in terms of sim speed. Donut is inbound. That's going to help out. Oh, speaking of Zwarzak, there's his comm just hanging out over there on a transport. Moving into somewhere. And there goes another SACU. There's not that much AA in the mix. Donut might actually get a couple of these fat boys killed. Ooh, shielding not looking good. And of course the audio is a little bit borked because of the whole splitting of the screen. One fat boy is killed. One has no shielding, but one comes to replace it. There's still 5 of them over here. And it's just going to be a slow erosion. Oh, the Scathis is breaking through the shielding, and Zwarzak has been defeated by Mimics. Where did he drop? Looks like he dropped here, maybe. I mean, that has to be where he was. Oh, could have been transport. Killed on the transport, maybe. Oh, yeah, was in transport. Accidentally moved all air. Ooh, yeah, that's going to hurt. Oh, now Marine. Oh, it's not looking good. Now Marine just sends in the fat boys, just says full send it, call it a day. Yeah, I mean, that is unfortunate. He died by accident, essentially. And we saw him actually fly in. I was like, oh, I wonder where he's going with his comm. And then he died. Why we stopped building stuff after the Scathis as Mimics. I mean, the Fat Boys have broken through the secondary Scathis position. And there goes that one. And the Monkey helping to just take out the shields as well. And I think Team 2 has this. Because maybe Scathis, question mark? We spent all, I mean, on second. Yeah, on the second in case, again, I understand having a backup. It's like building a Paragon. So you always build a second Paragon after you finish the first one. That's just a rule or whatever you want to call it, or good practice. But unfortunately, speaking of, the Paragon, there's the companions to the Paragon, the Salvation. That would have been enough to kill the Scathis. It would have been keeping the shields offline long term, and then would have been it. It's not looking good. Again, given at this point, even if this Scathis is dead, this Scathis for Team 1 is going to die. There's really nothing that Team 1 has left to be able to hold this off. And that Monkey Lord is going to target the Scathis, or at least try to. The Scathis actually moves a brief moment. The Monkey Lord is dead. Takes out a couple of strength of shields. But Mimics is defeated by Tinos. Looks like a Colossus came in and killed him off, leaving Chap the last remaining player on Team 1. Some of these satellites will be transferred over to Chap, and they'll actually disappear, being brought back over here. Hopefully they can maybe fix that so they don't have to go back there. But that is just a feature of the game, at least as of right now. And that Fat Boy, it's going to be enough. The Scathis plus the Fat Boys, that's it. Restores have to go in. And looks like now Marine needed to go do something really quick. I mean, we don't see how long he paused for, but, there's that. Oh, the Restorer is trying to keep those Fat Boys at bay. Fat Boys starting to land a couple of shells on the shielding. Harbinger's inbound. And looks like Team 1's Chap just says, no, I'm good. And that is it. Team 2 wins it. It was looking like Team 1 was going to win it with the Scathis. They were taking a lot of stuff out, but Team 2, that one Scathis was enough. Third time's the charm. But it just goes to show, watch where you put your stuff, because volatile explosions are annoying. But that is it here, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. MVP for me, the man, now Marine, he gets it. The fact that Scathis came online was the single, not the single thing, but it is what won Team 2 the game in the long haul. It focused all of the attention of the Scathis on the Scathis and allowed for the land to come in. Had that Scathis not been built, land would have been gone. Everything else would have been gone. It just wouldn't have been that much time after that. But because of this huge, hey, focus on me kind of thing, it allowed this, land push. It took out a lot of stuff. And again, the Fat Boys didn't get the coup de grace on the Fat Boy, but the Scathis. But, it was there. Look, a satellite was killed. And Colossus was kneeling right there, hanging out. Anyway, like I said, MVP goes to Neon Marine. Let me know down in the comments if you agree or not. Thank you so much for watching to the very end of this 1+ hour video. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully everybody enjoyed. And I will see all of you in the next one.